Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading for you today. It's Monday the 14th through to Sunday the 20th of October 2019. These are the cards. I often get asked what cards I'm using in the reading, so I'd like to show you the cards that I'm actually using for your reading. So we always start off with the weekly check-in, where we look at the week ahead and we just look at kind of general things coming through, and we look at various areas concerning the week. And for that we use this top row of cards here. We use the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin. We use the Ancestor Path Tarot by Julia Kuchia Watts. We use the Tarot Grand Luxe and New deck by Ciro Marchetti. It's probably not so new, but definitely as mass marketed deck, it's fairly new. So Ciro Marchetti, the Tarot Grand Luxe. And we also use for your advice a new deck that was bought, the Tarot deck, Art of Life Tarot deck by Charles Livingston. This is a very kind of different tarot deck, because what this tarot deck, guys, does is it has the same 78 cards, but you've got quotes on each of the 78 cards. So that's why I'm using this. I don't use this in kind of readings, traditionally as cards for readings. I use these more as advice, which is really nice. For your second reading, where we look at the 10 card work area and the 10 card love area, we use my favourite card, my favourite deck of all, the Dark Mansion Tarot. Phenomenal, guys. We use this one here. And we are also using for your advice for love and money, Tea Leaf Fortune cards by Ray Hepburn, and also the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. Okay, enjoy your reading, guys. Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading. We're going to be doing the 14th through to the 20th of October 2019. We're going to be doing your weekly check-in reading first. Then we're going to be looking at your love reading and, well, your work reading first, sorry, and then your love reading afterwards. Okay, I'm not going to be appearing directly on the reading this week. I just want to be able to show you guys the cards today. So, yeah, sit back and enjoy the reading. Okay, Libra, let's have a look at you guys then. So this week, Libra, you are showing as being the Page of Coins. No, the Nine of Coins, sorry. So when you're a Nine of Coins, Nine of Coins means several things, really, when you're a Nine of Coins. Sometimes, because if you're showing as being the Nine of Coins, this will not be what you've always been, if that makes any sense. Because the Nine of Coins, usually, this is an independent individual. This is someone who is often a middle-aged female, possibly is the Nine of Coins energy. This is somebody who's very self-sufficient. This is somebody who might run their own business, being the Nine of Coins energy showing here. This is somebody who's probably very well dressed, very beautiful, very good looking woman is the Nine of Coins. But mainly, let's get off, because coins represent the superficial, so they're often about the way that you look as well. But this is someone who's very well put together, and this is someone who is, has their life in order. This is somebody who has a beautiful home, enjoys their home, that type of thing. But if you're showing as being the Nine of Coins, you can be perhaps, Libra this week, someone who is gaining, because the Nine of Coins is all about gaining financial reward. So you might be gaining some financial reward this week with the Nine of Coins energy. Being the Nine of Coins energy, some of you guys probably focusing on your work, focusing on business, focusing on making more money with the Nine of Coins energy here. Some of you guys, for some reason, I'm getting the word in my ear that you're focusing on your appearance this week. But also, when I look at this particular Nine of Coins, it looks like the Fool, doesn't she? She's got a fool's hat on. This is the Ciro Marchetti Grand Luxe Tarot, but she's got a fool's hat on and she's got a coin in front of her chest. So it's almost like she's protecting herself. She's almost like got this armor up with the Nine of Coins. That's why at first I thought, is this the Four of Coins? Because she's got this coin against her chest. I think that some of you guys are very protective about your own personal security this week with the Nine of Coins energy. I think that you're probably fiercely territorial about that as well with the Nine of Coins energy. But I think there is definitely a focus on making more money, gaining reward for hard work, which is what the Nine of Coins is as well. There might be a focus for some of you Aquarians, sorry, not Aquarians, for some of you Librans on property matters with that Nine of Coins energy. There might be something, I'm getting health matters for some reason, but I don't really do health, so we're not going to go down that track. But I certainly feel that for some of you guys, this is all about the focus for the week for you guys being on, you're showing us the Nine of Coins, so you're showing us probably accumulating some form of financial reward here as well with the Nine of Coins energy. You're showing us being pretty affluent this week with the Nine of Coins energy. Pretty secure financially as well with that Nine of Coins energy. Let's have a look at what the reason is for you guys being the Nine of Coins. Yeah, there's been a change here. There's been a change. I'm getting that you guys are gaining money because of a change. You might be gaining an inheritance here, some of you guys, with these cards, Libra, because it's because of a death. And death, even though I don't strictly read that card as being death like the body dying, it can be, because the Nine of Coins is gaining money. So it's almost like you guys have come into some money here for some of you guys. If it's not this week, it's coming up probably within the next few weeks. It could be because of a physical death, maybe an old, an elderly parent or an elderly aunt or a grandparent dying, something like that. With the death card, you might be gaining money, Libra. Or it could be that you're gaining money. For example, the death card could be redundancy. And the Nine of Coins is often a middle-aged female, or I guess we can call it male as well. A middle-aged individual would be the Nine of Coins energy. This person will have lived a life. They'll be over 40. So some of you guys could be gaining money. It's either that you're getting, maybe, if it's not a kind of gaining money through an inheritance because of the death card, Libra, this might be gaining money through you guys deciding to leave a job or voluntary redundancy. So in other words, some of you guys might decide, okay, I'll go redundant, especially if the company is asking for voluntary redundancies. The death is the ending. So it will be the ending of a job, whether that comes through redundancy or whatever it is. Getting a payout. Some of you guys might be getting a payout. That's what I'm getting from those cards. Or it might be you're gaining money. The death card could be through a divorce, for example, divorce settlement. You're gaining money as a result of something coming to a close here. All right. What is your goal for the week? 10 of Wands. Your goal is the 10 of Wands. For some reason, your goal is either to do lots of work, or your goal with the 10 of Wands is to persevere through a difficult time, because the 10 of Wands is all about perseverance. Now, when you get the 10 of Wands, the 9 of Wands is kind of bad enough because you're having to hold on in there. But the 10 of Wands, when you get to the 10, you're ready to give up. But I'm not going to read this. The giving up for me would be the 10 of Wands in the reverse. It's called 10 of Staves on this deck. But the 10 of Wands for me in the upright is about perseverance until you get to your end game or end goal. So I feel that your goal this week, it seems to be to persevere through a difficult matter here, Libra. What is the obstacle you need to overcome? 5 of Swords. I think that this might be you've got some form of conflict. So this is a person, I think. I think the obstacle that you need is somebody who's trying to stop you. Because your goal is to persevere, but the obstacle you need to overcome is you've got this 5 of Swords individual here. And what does the 5 of Swords person usually do? The 5 of Swords person usually tries to stop you within your tracks. So this is not being read as a legal thing, but even though the swords are, but the 5 of Swords is often somebody who's trying to sabotage you. So it might be, if this person's trying to stop you in your tracks, Libra, with the 5 of Swords, it might be the obstacle you need to overcome is that somebody is trying to sabotage you from, could be getting this 9 of Coins, because you guys are showing us gaining money this week, or thinking about gaining money this week or in the next few weeks. It's because of an ending here. You want to struggle on. This is your goal. My goal is to persevere until maybe I get this money, the 9 of Coins energy. But I feel that somebody's trying to sabotage you from getting this. I think somebody's trying to sabotage your fight. They're trying to sabotage, you want to persevere, but somebody's trying to cut you. Somebody's trying to cut you, or, make sure that you don't persevere. Somebody doesn't want to get your hands. I think somebody doesn't want you, Libra, to get your hands on some money here, from what I can see in this reading. Let's have a look at what you could be achieving by the end of the week. Let's have a look. So, the 8 of Swords. I think you'll be able to protect yourself from this attack. The 8 of Swords also, because this is your achievement, so it's got to be in a good way. 8 of Swords, if you look at the card in a good light, this is isolation. You're able to isolate yourself, protect yourself. So you see these swords here, now they become weapons in which you can, they become like a gate in which you can protect yourself. So this is you guys protecting yourself. I think that there's an attack here. I think that the obstacle you need to overcome is somebody who's attacking you. You want to persevere in getting some money here. And it's because of some form of a change, an ending that I think this is money that's due to you. But I think what's happening here is you want to persevere. I don't think you'll literally have it in your hands, but I think that your goal is to get this week. And I think that your goal is, I need to persevere to get this. But you've got somebody who's on the attack. They don't want you to get what's owed to you. So this could be something, I'll give you an example, Libra. This could be a family member who sees that you're in line to get the inheritance and they want to sabotage you. So with the Five of Swords, this person could easily be kind of sending you court letters or getting their solicitors onto you and saying, you know, pushing you back, you know, saying we're taking you to court because the money wasn't yours in the first place. So we don't want you to have the money. Money belongs to us. So we've got this court case put together and you're due in court on such and such a date, that type of thing. Or this could be somebody who's got something held up in probate, for example. So you can't, you know, even though the will's been sanctioned, you can't get your hands on the money because there's some minor technicality, which is what the Five of Swords can be, like some minor technicality. Somebody's trying to sabotage you from getting what you want because your goal is to persevere. The obstacle you need to overcome is the Five of Swords. Can you see how the Five of Swords is looking over at this individual here? Look at the faces. So the obstacle you need to overcome is that you're getting sabotaged by who this person is. However, look at how you hide in the shadows. What you could be achieving is that you're going to do a little bit of a trick on them. You're going to find a way to isolate yourself, to protect yourself from their attack. They can't come for you. They know, and they're afraid of it. Can you see the face? They're like, oh, fuck. Oh, man. Look, can you see how you're protected? You're protected on the Eight of Swords. You are protected. That's what you're achieving. Protection. Possibly could even be legal protection, covered with all of those swords. Somebody's trying to sabotage you, Libra. But I feel that you're protected here. Okay, by the end of the week, I feel that you're achieving either could be some legal protection or you're just kind of able to isolate yourself from that individual there. What do you need to avoid? You need to avoid turning your back on the fight. You've got to carry on. You want to I think something's owed to you, Libra. I think it's money. It's strongly coming across as money, my darlings. There's money that's owed to you. And it's because of a death. So this looks to me, it's either a family thing, you're due an inheritance. Family member doesn't want you to get your hand on the inheritance. They're jeopardizing you getting your hand on they're trying to sabotage you. But you are protected. They know it as well because look at the face. They can see that you're protected. That's what you're achieving. Could be legal protection or protection from someone else. Could be that what you're achieving is a warning as well because you're surrounded by these swords. This person can't get in. They know they can't get in because look how many swords they've got. They've got one sword here. It's the Five of Swords. The other swords are there. But they've only got one sword left to fight. They've got 5 swords, you've got 8. You know, do the math. You've got more weapons of attack than they have. And you know that. And they know that. You know, you've got more reasons that you are due this money. And they know it. Because you've got 8 swords, they've got 5. You know, as I've said, do the math. You've got more weapons of mass destruction than they have. And they know it. That's why they're kind of like, oh, fuck. Avoid walking away from this, Libra. You can't walk away from the fight. You've got to persevere. What should you embrace? Eight of Wands energy. I think that you have to force this situation with the Eight of Wands. You might need to embrace that there's going to be a lot of toing and froing maybe concerning communication as well. Because the Eight of Wands is all about communication. Okay. You got 2 8s in the reading as well. I often forget what the only thing with tarot is when you're a reader, you got to learn a lot of stuff about the cards. One of my bugbears is learning or knowing how many 8s or how many this or how many this means this and this. I'm just going to have a quick look in there's a book that I constantly look at now. It's the Holistic Tarot. Anyone that's learning, if you're learning, this is for readers like myself, professional readers, but it's also for readers who are just starting out. So I suggest you get this book off Amazon. It's £17 down from 25 or something. Get it. It's absolutely amazing. I'm just going to have a quick look at the 8s. So I want to try and get the pick cards on here. Because that's the only thing really that I really can't. Every reader will struggle with something. And what bugs me, I mean, the 8s are all about mastery. Alright, so 8s are ruled by strength, and that is overcoming obstacles and challenges. 8s are also indicative of changes of direction, but we've got 2 8s here. Sorry about this, guys. I just want to try and find out, because I know it's going to bug me if I don't see this, if I don't find this. But I need to find, where is it? Where are you? Let me have a look. 2 8s. Let's have a look. It's tarot spreads, court spreads. Signifier, Encyclopedia of Card Meanings. I don't need those. Where is the numbers? Oh, well, I don't know where this is. It's a shame, really. Hang on. Oh, yes. So we've got 8. Number 8. Oh, right. Okay. So we want 8. Here we go. Let's get to the 8. No, it only goes from 3 8s. Short journey to come. 3 8s. It doesn't give me 2 8s, though, which is rather a shame, because I was hoping that I would be getting the... Let me see if it tells me anything about the... If I look at the... there's the 3 of Cups, 9 of Cups. Let's have a look. Number 8. Yeah, again, it's only going from 3 to 4. 4 8. Short journey to come accordingly. But everybody's got their own thing. What do I think then in terms of these 2 8s then? What am I saying? You got 2 8s in the reading. It is 2 8s, isn't it? Okay. So 8s for me represent movement, changes of direction. I mean, certainly for me, the 2 8s in this reading almost feel like there's a change coming, because 8s are all about the changes. Okay, 8 of Cups, 8 of Wands, both deal in, and they both deal in change. Okay, the 8 of Wands is more sudden and the 8 of Cups is more kind of drawn out, but nevertheless it's a change of direction. I definitely feel that change of direction is coming here with these 2 8s showing up here, okay? And if this was a third 8, no, it's a Knight of Wands. You need to, if you need advice, go to the Knight of Wands. I just feel that this is someone who can support and push you, and because the Knight of Wands is very pushy energy, so this is somebody who's quite forceful, this is somebody who's quite pushy, this is also somebody who is quite inspirational as well, so someone who can push you, because I just get the impression when I look at this reading, Libra, that it would be very easy for you to back down on this. You know, it would be very easy. Okay, and it might even be that you guys have got something here because of a death. You're claiming with that 9 of Coins, you're gaining something financial because there's been some form of a change, a death. Your goal is to persevere. I actually feel that you haven't got this yet, though. I feel that your goal is to persevere in getting some form of financial payment because of a death. So whether this was because you were sacked, for example, some of you guys, it could be, well, I want a payout and I'm going to persevere because I want a payout. You know, 9 of Coins. I'm going to persevere. I want a payout because you sacked me. Or I'm going to persevere. I want to pay out because you divorced me. We got divorced and you were in the wrong. So you owe me this, that and the other. You owe me this for the property. You owe me these. Because this is assets as well. So this week you could be holding on to your assets. Okay. Because there's been a death. All right. An ending of a marriage. That type of thing. You are determined. So your goal might be not just perseverance. But the goal with the 10 of Wands is determination. You might be determined to hold on to some assets here as well. So this could literally be, actually, when I think about it again, Libra, that the ball is in your court, because with the 9 of Coins, you're holding assets. So you guys are holding on to some assets here because there's been, for example, the ending of a divorce, the ending of a marriage, and your goal is, I'm determined to hold on to these because somebody else, so it could be on the flip side, it could be that you have the money, you have the assets, and you have people out there who want to take it from you, hence the 5 of Swords. You need to overcome the obstacle of somebody who wants to take your money or take your assets from you. Don't worry, because by the end of the week, what you're going to be achieving is some form of legal protection, for example, or just protection per se, i.e. somebody might have a word with whoever this individual is. Avoid, giving up. 8 of Cups, walking away from the situation. And embrace 8 of Wands. Maybe you're going to have to kind of be quite forceful. Maybe you're going to have to send a few letters out or something. Especially if somebody is bothering you here, Libra, with that 5 of Swords. I get the impression somebody... It could be either way. It could be that you're waiting to get some money and somebody doesn't want to give it to you, either through an inheritance, or it's that you already have something here that somebody wants to get off you because they feel, well, why has Libra got this? It should be coming to me. That's why they're trying to sabotage you here. And also they're trying to fight you for this with the 5 of Swords. You do have that protection with the 8 of Swords showing there. And you need to embrace the 8 of Wands. Maybe some of you guys need to be a little bit more forceful. Maybe you need to be sending out a few letters here. Need advice, go to the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a very forceful, very positive, very determined and motivated individual. This person will give you the inspiration to continue. This person with the Knight of Wands energy will help you to, move things forward. This person will bolster your confidence in the matter as well. Let's have a quick look at what the advice is, Libra, for this reading. Don't give up what you, if you already have this, Libra, don't give up what you've got, because if it came to you, it's meant for you, okay? Some people might disagree with that, but I do feel that you're definitely protected, either legally or somebody's going to stand up for you in the wake of whoever this individual is who's been obviously trying to get your possessions from you. They don't, if you haven't got the possession, they don't want you to have it. They're going to fight tooth and nail, Libra, so that you don't get this 9 of coins. So you don't get the financial gain. They will fight. You know, this could be like you married a 90-year-old and that 90-year-old Libra left you all their cash. This could be family members who are like, what? That money belongs to us, not Libra, and they'll fight you to the death for it. That's why they're showing us the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a fighter. What is the advice you have for Libra on this reading? Right, that wants to come off. The Lovers. The heart has reasons the reason cannot know. That reason cannot know. Okay, so when I look at this, to me, this just kind of smacks off that, you know, when we do stuff, there's always a reason for it. And it's coming usually with this Five of Swords from a very emotional place. Even if it seems unreasonable, when we're feeling so emotionally driven by something, that's when we start to act. And I think that whoever's doing this to you, Libra, whoever's trying to sabotage you either for what you already have or for what you're about to get, they're doing it because emotionally they're very, very angry and they're very driven to do that. They don't want you to get something and they don't want you to have something. They believe it belongs to them. Okay, bear with me. We're going to get your work reading, Libra. Okay, Libra, let's have a look. So for work, the King of Swords. Okay, now I could read this as you. Usually King of Swords would be an Aquarius though, but I feel that when you get the sword characters, they're usually people in very high positions. So this might be a boss that you're dealing with the kings, because kings are in charge, okay? So this would possibly be a boss. You might be working in, if they're a boss, because that shows a King of Swords, this could be somebody who works in a communications place. So it might be that you're working with a communications person or somebody who, you know, you might be working in a call center or in a place that takes calls, that type of thing. Or this could be something internet related with the King of Swords energy showing here. Seven of Coins. So the Seven of Coins for me is a card that says we've worked really, really hard and now we're waiting. It feels to me like you guys are waiting to become this king. Because I just feel that in work, some of you guys are acknowledging that you've worked really, really hard with that Seven of Coins in the work that you're doing. And now you're waiting maybe for a promotion to a king with the King of Swords energy showing here. Five of Wands reverse. So Five of Wands reverse means overcoming anxiety. So some of you guys are waiting for a promotion here. I feel with the Five of Wands in the reverse though, there's a clarity that shows here. I think that there is a clarity with the Eight of Wands reverse, but also I think, Libra, that you're not particularly worried if you have to put extra work in with the Eight of Coins energy, and you're willing to kind of stay in there, because the Nine of Wands means to stand by your post. So the Nine of Wands actually as a card means we don't give up. So what's happening I think here is in the first 5 cards, Libra, is that you guys, Seven of Coins energy, you're taking a step back and you're looking at all of the work that you've put into your particular role, and you're saying, you know what, I'm waiting now to be rewarded with a King of Swords, with a position that is higher than what I have. However, I'm not particularly worried about having to put extra work in, because I'm willing to wait until I get that position of the King of Swords energy. So that's quite nice energy, I think. Two of Swords could be faced with a decision or you do not see. However, I do feel that you guys are not seeing you're not seeing the results. You're not seeing your wishes coming to fruition with the Star energy. All right, because you're having to wait a long time with that Temperance energy. You're having to wait. Temperance means to wait. You're having to be patient. You know that it's on the horizon, but you're going to have to be patient. So you're not seeing the fruition of your dreams, all right, because you're waiting to become the king here. In work, you're waiting for a promotion in work, I think, for some of you Librans, but you're not seeing this manifesting with the Star, all right? And even though you've got these hopes and wishes going on here with the Star energy, you know that it might take a bit of time before this happens with the Temperance energy showing here. Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of time before you have to, it's going to happen, because you've got the Hangman and Temperance, and both these cards kind of talk about there being delays and having to be patient and things taking a long time to happen. Let's have a look. Yeah, all 3 cards indicate slow. Every single one of them. That's slow, and that's really slow. the Hermit. Things are taking, you guys are just waiting. You're just waiting. There's also, I think, a couple of things. I'm going to double read up some of these cards because it's very interesting. Let's do the top bit again, because I think that this is kind of what's led you to the point this week that some of you guys, you put loads and loads of work into the job that you're doing, and you're saying, you know, you're taking a step back and you're looking at the coin, you're saying, right, but, you know, I've done a good job here, and now I'm just waiting for the rewards. Now I'm waiting for, you know, I'm really pleased with the job I've done here, and now I'm just waiting to become, you know, the king. I'm waiting to get that promotion that was promised to me. Now I'm waiting for people to come back to me with that job that they said was going on the job board that I should apply for. You're waiting to get promoted and elevated in your role for some of you Librans. And I think with the Five of Wands in the reverse, because this can be confusion as well. So I think a couple of things. I think number one, you're not worried as such about having to put that little bit more work in, okay, into getting this role, because Nine of Wands, you're not giving up. You really believe with this Nine of Wands that you're going to get that promotion in these cards, okay? I also think that you're very clear with this Five of Wands reversed and also the Star energy that this is going to take some time. But I do feel, the good thing with this reading is I don't actually see any frustration, because the Five of Wands is reversed. There's no frustration here, which is good on you, Libra. That's what I say. You're very clear that you're going to... The Star and the Five of Wands reverse are very similar in tone when they talk about clarity and being very clear. There's no confusion with either cards. They're both very clear cards. So you're very clear that you're going to have to wait because you're not seeing any fruition. You see here, you've been waiting for that promotion to the king, okay? But you're not seeing with the Two of Swords it come to fruition with the Star, all right? I don't think that you're frustrated or anything. I just think that you're very clear that this is going to take some time, okay? It's going to take some time. So very clear, Five of Wands Star, that it's going to take some time, and that also you're going to have to work and you're going to have to hold on in there. So you're going to have to work hard and hold on in there and be patient as well with the Nine of Wands. You're going to, you know, very clear that it will take time, but also very clear that you're going to have to carry on working hard and being patient. Two cards representing patience as well when it comes to waiting for anything, because you're holding on out there with the Nine of Wands energy and you're going with the flow with the Temperance. So it's really clarity with both cards that you're going to have to work hard and be patient with the Nine of Wands and that Temperance energy. Just go with the flow. All I'm seeing is you guys just waiting with the Hanged Man energy, and it's, you know, things are just moving really slow. Sorry, but that Hermit and the Hanged Man, they are slow as anything. Especially the Hermit, oh my God, he goes at a snail's pace. So really, I do feel that there is, even though it says I'm not seeing any of this, I'm waiting for this promotion, but I'm not seeing, so waiting Seven of Coins for this promotion to get promoted to the King of Swords, but I am not seeing Two of Swords, anything coming to fruition, anything positive coming to fruition, Star. All right, however, I am clear, Five of Wands and the Star, that I'm going to have to be patient, Nine of Wands, and the Temperance energy, and continue working hard if I want to rise to that King of Swords. I'm also aware that, you know, this is going to take time with the Temperance energy, and I'm just going to have to kind of just be satisfied, you know, let it go, because the Hanged Man is just letting go. So just kind of be satisfied, let it go, and accept, because this is acceptance as well. So I'm very clear that this is going to be, you know, needs me to be patient, but also I need to just let it go and accept, because this Hanged Man energy represents sacrifice and acceptance, and accept that this is going to take some time. It could take a long time as well, all right? So I just think this week is a case of you guys saying, you know what, I have worked hard, I'm waiting for the promotion, I'm not worried as such because I'm working hard, and I recognise that I'm going to have to be patient, and I'm going to have to accept that it might just take a little bit of a while. Let's have a look at what the career advice is for you. So we're going to do the answer deck with this. I deal with the tea leaf cards for these, because these are the Astral House cards from the tea leaf fortune cards, and I would use the actual tea leaf fortune cards, but they're a bit of a head doer to mingle in the bag. It hurts my hands a bit, so we're just going to use the answer deck under this. What is the advice you have for love for Libra in 5 cards? Right, we've got a few more cards, and they all came, not love. Why have I said love? Right, I'm going to leave those for love. All right, because I said love, and I don't know why I did. So those are going to come out. Those that have come out, I'll put them to the side. We're going to ask about career. What is the advice you have for career for Libra? What's the advice you have for career for Libra, please? The Fool. So Fool is often kind of, but this Fool in this deck is not the Fool in the tarot deck. It's not New Beginnings. We already have a card called New Beginnings in here. This is about making a mistake, I feel. But then we got the mistake card. This is about being silly, or this could be something new, or being innocent or naive with the Fool energy. Troubleshooter. Okay, so the Fool and the Troubleshooter. Strength. Okay, so not sure what the Fool card is in this deck, to be honest. I think that the Troubleshooter for me is all about finding a solution, and this is bringing strength. Okay, so I do feel that within your career, because the energies are, if you look at how many slow cards we've got, even the Eight of Coins is slow. It just kind of grinds round and grinds round and grinds round. And then you got Temperance as well. That's really slow. Hangman's really slow. And Hermit is also extraordinarily slow. This is really slow. But the Hangman is also about acceptance as well. And the Five of Wands reverse can be that too. So I certainly feel acceptance, that you guys know that you're going to have to accept that this is going to take a long time for you to get to that King of Swords area. That even though you might have been in your job for about... You couldn't have been for 7 years. Sometimes Seven of Coins can be 7 years. But I do get the impression that you've been in the job for quite a while. And you've worked really, really hard in that job. You know. And you do know that you deserve that. You know that you deserve that. But you also are very, very, very aware, because you're not seeing any fruition of this at all. The Two of Swords also means not to see. So because you're not seeing with the Two of Swords fruition with the Star of these energies here, you know... because this is clarity, Five of Wands reverse and the Star, you are very well aware that it's going to take some time with the Temperance, and you're going to have to accept with the Hangman that, you know what, this is going to be a really slow process with the Hermit energy showing here, okay? And then we've got the advice of the Troubleshooter. So the Troubleshooter saying something about you guys the advice is you will find a solution that will bring strength. It's going to bring confidence back to you. I don't necessarily see a lack of confidence here, but I just see you guys just kind of accepting something here. I think that you are called the Fool. The Fool is going to troubleshoot the situation, and which is going to bring strength. I think that you're the Fool, and I think that you show as the Fool, because I think in a way you're kind of just putting up with something here. I'm not being rude, Libra, but I think that you show as the Fool, because the Fool would be like, okay, whatever. But this is why I think you show as the Fool. I think you show as the Fool because you don't really know what to do, if that makes any sense. It just feels like you've been waiting for this opportunity to come along where you can move up the career ladder, but you don't see any fruition of that. People are saying stuff, but they're not coming through with the goodies. And being, not that you're a fool in a negative way, Libra, but more that you're a fool, that you don't really know what to do. You might show as being a little bit naive here. So because you show as a bit naive, but it's more naive that you don't know what to do about the work situation or how to really move up this ladder now. Because it almost feels like people said stuff, but they didn't do anything. You're like, okay, I'm clutching at straws here. I don't really know what to do. So that might be why you show as the fool, being a little bit, Libra, naive or uninformed about how you go about. Well, I certainly feel that because you show us that, you will troubleshoot, or you'll find somebody who can troubleshoot this, or you'll find a strong troubleshooter, somebody who can find a solution. So it might be that as the Fool, someone who doesn't really know what to do about the situation, Libra, might be that you're going to find a really strong troubleshooter, somebody who's really good at finding solutions, or you're going to be able to find a solution to the situation that's going to make you feel a little bit more confident that actually, yeah, I am going to be moving up up in the world concerning, concerning a job, okay? Right. What we're going to do, we're going to get your love reading down, so bear with me. Okay, Libra, let's have a look at love for you. Oh, that card shows up again, and yeah, I put everything back in randomly. You could be faced with two choices with the Two of Swords energy. No. Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is all about movement. So this is moving. I think there's something that you're generally starting to open up here, because the Two of Swords in a love reading can also mean somebody who's closing their heart. So I almost feel here, Libra, that you guys have closed your heart with the Two of Swords energy, but I think that there's a shift, because the Six of Swords indicates a shift. It's a movement card. I'm thinking you're shifting from this energy here. What are you shifting into? the magician. I think that you're becoming the magician again. I think that you're starting to open up and, you know, create new realities in terms of love. So I see a shift towards the magician here. I think that there's a gradual shift from this to this. Okay, because there's a transition, and sometimes when you get this sort, it will act as a transitional card. It will say, well, in love, Libra, you're going from this to this. So maybe some of you guys have been faced with a situation, faced with a decision, but you're just going with, you're shifting now towards the magician. Maybe this is someone here that you're shifting more towards, or it could be if you close your heart off, maybe there's a shift happening here in which you're starting to take an interest again, because look at him, he's taking an interest. So it might be if you've had your heart closed for a while here, Libra, in terms of love, I'm seeing a gradual shift coming through this week where it might be that you're starting to kind of show a little bit of an interest in love and someone here. Yeah, I mean, the Nine of Cups energy. So the Nine of Cups is pleasure. I think that you're showing an interest with this magician energy in pleasure again, in kind of getting out and about probably. Because the Nine of Cups is going out and socializing. So I just get the impression that you're shifting. Some of you guys closed your heart for a while to love, but this week I'm seeing a shift towards the magician and the Nine of Cups. This might be you guys. The Nine of Cups and the magician can be a place that's like a theatre, for example, or because the magician is an actor, for example, and the Nine of Cups could be a place where you go and eat and you have a good time. So there might be it might be here, Six of Swords, there's travel. You might be travelling to somewhere here this week. It might be that there's a shift. You're opening your heart again. There's a shift here. Might be you going out this week. You might be going out and enjoying yourself with that Nine of Cups energy. The Justice card energy shows up here. So Justice is all about mental balance. And this is actually you. This is actually you, isn't it, Libra? So you are Justice. You are Judge and Jury. I get the impression that you are actually making a fundamental decision to move out of this Two of Swords. Okay? I think that you've got this interest going again with the Magician energy in having some fun with the Nine of Cups and enjoying yourself. So I thought if we were to look at the bookends here, we have you, Justice, Libra, because that's your major card. So I think that you're making a fundamental decision with the Justice energy because I do feel, actually, we'll start here, that some of you guys had closed your heart off to love for a while with the Two of Swords. But I'm seeing a shift here with the Six of Swords. Because I think that you're going to make a fundamental decision for some of you guys to really kind of, with the Magician energy, start exploring new relationships again. You're taking up a new interest again. You know, you've gone from being completely shut down towards a gradual shift of starting to pick up an interest again in love. And I think with the Nine of Cups, it's all about just going out and having some fun and just feeling good again about life with the Nine of Cups and feeling happy again with the Nine of Cups energy showing here. I think that with the Ace of Swords, there's clarity here with this Ace of Swords energy. Yeah, there's definitely Ace of Swords and the Sun. So I think that you're seeing things with this Ace of Swords really clearly, probably for the first time in a long time with that Sun energy. Something about you holding back, perhaps with the Hanged Man energy. Let's have a look at the next card. Oh, so the King of Coins, hanging around for a King of Coins. This has got to be a negative card. Yeah, slow. So slow movement. We had some of these same cards in your work reading, which is really quite interesting, showing up here, okay? I think that you're seeing something very clearly here. What you're seeing is that this person, I think, was just hanging around, Hanged Man, and moving really slowly with the Hermit. I think what you realise, I think the reason why some of you guys close yourself off to love is because of this dude here. I think we had somebody who was procrastinating about your relationship. I think we had somebody that was sitting on the fence about your relationship. I also think we had someone who wasn't particularly serious about your relationship, okay? I think that this person was very, very slow in committing to you, because the King of Coins, to all intents and purposes, can be a card about commitment. So I'm just seeing somebody who was hanging around, because flanking this King is the Hanged Man and the Hermit. The Hermit is somebody who just moves really slowly, but also the Hermit is somebody who distances themselves. So what you might see very, very clearly with the Ace of Swords and the Sun is that this person that you had this relationship with the Hangman, wasn't really that bothered with the Hangman energy showing here. Okay, they were also very distant with the Hermit, but also they seemed to procrastinate quite a bit with that Hanged Man energy, and they seemed to delay meetings and doing stuff together. And I think that what you also see very clearly now with this King of Pentacles energy is that they were just really slow with the Hermit energy in mood, because it's slow, timing is slow with the Hermit. They were really slow, and they were really kind of, you know, boring, and they were really, you know, they didn't have a sense of urgency in the relationship. There wasn't a sense of intention with this individual. They were also very kind of distant as well with the Hermit. But the Hermit can also mean that you hold secrets too. So what you might be seeing quite clearly is that this individual here, they were not only lazy in the relationship with the Hanged Man energy, they might have, with the Hermit energy, 2 things or 3 things, been a little bit withdrawn, being probably quite reluctant, but also with the Hermit energy, they might have held some, you know, some secrets here as well. They might have held some secrets that they didn't want to come out to you, for example, okay? And I feel that now you guys are ready with this Two of Swords energy to open up, because I'm seeing that because of this energy, because of what this person did in this area here, I think, Libra, you guys with the Two of Swords, you shut down emotionally. But I feel that there's been a gradual shift here towards, with the Magician energy, possibly exploring love again, because you guys with the Justice energy, you've made a decision that you are now ready, you know, to go out there with the Six of Swords and really to explore fun again with the Nine of Cups and the Magician, just to explore doing things again. I don't think you're putting a face on. I don't think it's an act. I think that this is something that you came to all by yourself, because I do think that you got really hurt by someone. But I think that now you realise exactly what they were about. You know, exactly what they were about. You know, this person here was probably more focused on work, and everything else around this individual, they kind of like, well, you know, I can, you know, I'll take a rain check on that. We can do that another time. You know, I haven't got time to do this. You know, they said things, they were really slow with delivering anything to you. You know, because the King of Coins can also be the delivery card. So this is the fulfillment card. It's the delivery of the product. But they were really slow in delivering the product to you. And the product would have been the ring or the commitment, because the product is the pentacle. So what you realise fully here is this person with the Hangman was just playing for time, probably, with that Hangman energy. They were just messing around. They were just being really lazy, because they were really slow as well with that Hermit in delivering that product, the ring, the pentacle. So it might be that you were actually in quite a serious relationship for some of you Libras with this individual, but they were just really slow with that Hermit in delivering the product, i.e. delivering the proposal to you. You know, getting married, moving in together. They just seem to not want to do it, because they just seem to procrastinate, put a lot of delays in the way, hold-ups. There was always a problem. There was always this, always that. But it's only because they were very, and I think that you've just worked out, yeah, they were really slow in delivering, you know, the proposal or the ring or whatever it is, because, as also with the Hanged Man as well, they weren't sure, because the Hanged Man means somebody who's reviewing a situation. So probably because you realise they just weren't sure. But I do think that right now you've made this definitive decision as Justice energy showing here to put this to bed, to put it to rest, okay? And this Heart of Stone that you built up is now starting to shift with the Six of Swords. You're really interested now in exploring more, you know, more fun, having fun, that type of thing. I just feel that now you understand an individual. Now you can move on, okay? All right, let's have a quick look around love. Now, I know that we drew some cards before, and I called them love, for example, by accident. So we're going to have a quickly look at what the advice is for love, and we're going to get the cards that we drew before. So we had hidden enemy, jealousy. All right, so in love, it looks like you have a hidden enemy who's quite jealous. You're going to get good fortune. If you're patient, you'll have good fortune in love. So for some of you guys, I'm getting a hidden enemy that's quite jealous in love. But I do feel that if you're patient, Libra, you will get the fortune. You'll get the rewards that you're due, okay? All right, that is your reading, my darling. Oh, one more thing, forgot to do your wealth. Let's have a quick look at money. Universe Spirit, show me in 3 cards. What do you see coming in for money for Libra? What do you see coming in for money for Libra? Okay, so your finances might be a little bit vulnerable at the moment, all right? I'm sorry to say, guys, there could be some bad news from a fair dark-haired man, all right? I think that your finances might be in a little bit of a vulnerable state at the moment. There could be some bad news coming from a fair grey-haired man. What can Libra do about this, though, please? What can Libra do about this situation, please? 2 to 3 cards. Right, spiritual. I think that you need to focus on your faith, perhaps with the spiritual. Reconcile. So you need to reconcile your spiritual. Oh, will bring abundance. Okay. So it's almost like with the spiritual, we've got an eye here. I don't really know what that eye means. It's in a triangle. I think that's got some form of spiritual significance, the eye. But I feel that if you can reconcile your spiritual side with the side of yourself that might feel nervous about this financial situation, it's going to bring abundance. So I feel that it's not about, I think that what it's saying is that if this should happen for any of you guys, it's not to fall to pieces, and it's not to kind of start using negative language about money and fearing that you're going to be broke, this, that, and the other. It's about more trusting, because you've got to reconcile your higher self. The spiritual side for me is the higher self. You've got to reconcile your higher self, and your higher self will tell you it's going to be fine, okay, with what's happening. So you've got to reconcile your spiritual with, you know, with the physical, because the physical is the bad news or the vulnerability to problems with money coming from a fair grey-haired man. That's your physical. But in the spiritual, you're saying no, it's going to be fine. So I think you need to reconcile with the reconciliation of the spiritual and the physical, and you will gain abundance. You'll be fine. All right, that's your reading, my darlings. If you'd like a private reading, you know where to hit me up, in the comments, link, and also at the end screen. Take care, guys. Bye bye.